guys, how's it going? This is Jake with Stolen Potential, and today I'm actually going to be talking to my good friend Jake Dello about 21 Pilots theories, things that we see coming for the band in general, and what our predictions are for the future of 21 Pilots. It's going to be a great time. Just keep in mind that this is an experimental episode, so I'm going to be hosting a podcast pretty regularly, and I want to get you guys on here, and Jake Dello was kind enough to agree to be on the pilot. With that being said, please be gracious if there are any hiccups or anything like that. So with all that aside, thank you so much for your patience. Thank you for bearing with us, and let's go ahead and start the pilot of this podcast series. Here we go. Hey guys, how's it going? This is Jake with Stolen Potential, and today I have a special guest, your man Jake Dello. We're going to be talking about 21 Pilots. Jake, why don't you introduce yourself?
Yo, what's up, guys? I am also Jake. Welcome to the Jake Squared podcast.
Jake Squared. So good, so good. Yeah, and as you know, we both like 21 Pilots. We both are heavily pursuing their efforts and just their works and all the cryptic stuff that they've been putting on their websites. And we're just going to be having an open conversation about that and like our predictions of when we could hear from them next. So yeah, I guess I just wanted to lead you off with a question. Jake, what do you think about Clancy? When do you think we're going to hear from him next? And yeah, just I guess start off with that question.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of debate like whether Clancy is like actually Tyler or Josh. There's like a lot of stuff on that. Personally, I'm more on the Tyler side, you know, trying to escape from his silence, basically. That'd be pretty cool. As far as the notes, we obviously saw Clancy write another letter like the other day. If they came out like every 2 weeks or something, that'd be pretty cool. Maybe like a pattern. I don't know if that's what they're trying to do. But yeah, I think it's eventually just going to lead into more hints. Like when I found that random thing on their site, I think there's going to be more of that stuff as well. So everyone should just be looking at the website like every day, basically, right now.
Yeah, honestly. And like you touched on that where you were talking about how we're going to be hearing from this Clancy character in the future. And that's something that like I'm really excited about. I think it'd be so cool to hear just like little tidbits from Clancy, like as the months progress.
Oh,
yeah. Every couple, just to like keep us engaged in the community and like, I guess just like keep our appetite satisfied until the full album releases. So I think I love the idea of having Clancy being the person to that we're basically living through and like experiencing Dima through. And like I said, like I agree with you that it's Tyler. I think there's like a lot of evidence with that, with like the 9 years and how 21 Pilots has been like a band for 9 years and how it mentioned 9 years in his previous letter.
Yeah,
so
definitely.
I think there's just like a lot of evidence for that. And I would love personally if we got to see like Clancy writing these letters as like he has someone on the outside that he's writing to, and like he's letting this person know when he's going to try to escape again, or if he hasn't escaped yet, but like when he's going to escape.
Oh yeah.
And then like when we see that happen, like that's when the album comes out, or like that's when
imagine like the date being the actual release date of the album. That'd be pretty sick.
Yeah. No, yeah,
cool
and it's like I want to release. Yeah, or like he says like I'm going to try to escape on like August 7th or something.
It's like, oh, word, we got a new album.
Yeah, it's like, oh shoot, okay, cool. So he's like, yeah, so that'd be like super cool.
Or at least another hint that day. Like
right, yeah, or like a single, or like I don't know, like the album cover art or something.
Oh yes, definitely.
But oh man, I'd just be so hyped. Just like in general, like I was thinking the other day, like what Tyler, you know, so I feel like Tyler and Josh like have very specific like things that they wear on stage that like represents each era. For Blurry Face, it was like black with the red socks, and Vessel they kind of introduced the Camino as well. But like I was thinking, like as I was driving around in the car a couple days ago, I was like, what would this new era look like for like what they're wearing? Like how would they wear to represent the new?
A different show, like different outfits. Like it's gonna be a whole different theme. Like that's so true. Like the color could switch up. I'm thinking blue.
Oh, I'm thinking
full
on
blue
a color
or
scheme
white,
switch.
maybe. That's my prediction.
Yeah.
On it right here was the date.
Yeah.
May 14th.
Dude.
Yeah. I don't know.
Like,
it's wild.
I love like red, orange, or like the red and black color scheme, red, white, and black. I think that's like so cool. But I'd love to like switch it up. Like I'd love for them to like go like 180. Yeah, no, that'd be so cool. In terms of their music, like Tyler's talked about how he has mentioned slower songs in his future and like more of a lyrical, like more lyrics as like his strong suit and not necessarily like the rhythm of the beat. He wants to keep like that pureness and I don't know, like what are your thoughts on that? Like what are you hoping to see lyrically out of this album or like sonically, like how it sounds? Like Tyler's comments aside, like what do you want from this new album?
Oh yeah, well I heard it's definitely gonna be more lyric involved, like more than blurry face. I like deep meanings. Like I know my brother and started listening to 21 Pilots before me and after me, sorry. And he's like, yeah, his favorite song is Addict with a Pen. He's like, oh, it's super poetic. I'm like, hey man, that's deep. So like, yeah, I hope it's lyrically involved, but I also like the beats, you know, like Lane Boy. I really like that beat. Like that was just a really up tempo album. I hope they still carry that, but lyrically, they could definitely do more this album, but it's gonna be great.
Great.
Yeah, I know. So I know it's hard to like narrow down, but like, what are your like 3 to 5 like top songs?
Oh,
like that
man.
21 Pilots has produced.
All right, definitely Ode to Sleep. Like
good.
Obviously.
Good.
Oh man, for the other two, really like The Judge.
Okay, yeah,
and
Judge
maybe
is awesome.
Migraine.
Migraine is my jam.
Those are just jams. Like no one can argue those are jams.
Yeah, and I know as I've noticed for sure that my top picks like changes over time.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and like Ode to Sleep, I think for me is just gonna be my constant number one for sure.
Yeah.
Like I just love the switch ups, and that's actually something I'm really hoping for as well. I want a song that will blow me away based on like how they changed the music. And like I remember the first time I heard that song, it reminded me of like Bohemian Rhapsody.
Oh,
how, like
literally,
that just has so many different tones within the song. And Ode to Sleep is like that too, where like it just switches like 4 times and you're like, what is this? Like what is this song? I actually watched like a reaction video the other day of someone listening to it for the first time, and he's like, like it just like embodied like my first reaction. It was like so fun to hear him like listen to it for the first time.
Oh,
so, yeah. I need those switch ups like in the songs.
Definitely.
Like, that would be so cool.
Yeah, I showed my girlfriend that in a car one time, and she's like, "What are you listening to?" I'm like, "We're listening to art. Just appreciate it." Like, you don't understand.
Yeah, no, it is so good. No, yeah, Ode to Sleep is a classic for sure, and yeah, I think Migraine is up there for me too. I love Kitchen. Like it's just like so hard to like narrow it down.
There's like 20
super
potential
good.
songs that could be my top 3. Like,
there's like
is.
10 top 3 songs, which is like totally counterproductive for the top 3 list. But it's a good time. Okay, so tangent, obviously going back
King
to
of Tangents.
Dima and everything like that. King of Tangents.
Stolen Potential is the king of tangents.
I just like, I don't know, I just like speak what's on my mind, and sometimes that goes like the complete opposite direction. And it's like, all right, like I guess we're going this way. It's gonna be fine. So we talked about Clancy. When do you think the album is going to drop? Like I know we have this like potential steady stream of messages from Clancy. I know we've talked about like when the hiatus first started. We were talking about like October of last year and December. And I think there was something in April, which we kind of write about. Like that's when you discovered
that's when like the clues came out. So like, I don't know. Well, just bold prediction. Nothing, no evidence behind it. I'm saying July 9th. I want to see if I can guess without just like throwing in the blue. July 9th.
Yeah.
Like the over under on that. I don't know how many days, but that's my guess.
Give or take like. I would say give or take like 3 days.
Yeah.
It's like 3 days before, 3 days after. That's solid. That's a solid.
Because like Panic at the Disco, they're fueled by ramen. They're dropping their album June 22nd. So I'm saying like a little after that, you know?
Right. And then
it is a market. Like you can't put your 2 closest albums right after each other, you know?
Yeah, they're debatably like 2 biggest bands on the record.
Like they're definitely planning it sometime in the summertime. Obviously, one of the best times to drop an album, I think, and then it's also close to a year. I think it all makes sense that we're definitely gonna get this summer at least. If we don't get a new album this summer, I will pay everyone who watches this video $1.
Oh no, that might be a lot of dollars. That'd be at least $100. Right?
At least $100.
At least $100. I would also agree with the summer statement. I've been saying for probably the last month or so that like summer is just the best time to discover music, and there's like I don't know, when you're in like on a summer break and you have those summer vibes, and then like you're listening to the radio driving around, like that's, I mean, sadly, like I didn't discover 21 Pilots before 2015. I wish I was like in it with the Vessel era. But that's how I discovered 21 Pilots. Is like I was lifeguarding at the time. I was sitting in a lifeguard chair, and Ride came on, and I was like, oh my gosh,
like,
what is this song? Yeah, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is cool. Like, and the reggae stuff like didn't appeal to me right off the bat, but then just like every time the song came on after that one time, I was like, okay, this is cool.
Yeah,
like
absolutely.
I like this. So yeah, and I think like summer would be a great time for the same respect for like newcomers to the band too, where they're just like doing their summer stuff that comes on, and they like don't have school to get in the way of like looking up this new band or
they're definitely gonna get like a new stage of fans, you know?
Yeah.
Like definitely.
And that's what's gonna be crazy too. It's like just now dawning on me that there are like generational fans now.
Literally
like, day one OG when it was like the original 4 members, and then 3 members, and then the Vessel, well, I guess like Regional Best / Vessel era, then Blurry Face like myself, and now like whatever this new thing is gonna be.
Oh yeah, that's crazy to think.
Dude, it's nuts.
They'll be like,
so excited.
we're part of the Dima era, like.
Dude, Dima era. Yeah, no, and it's cool because like we get to like follow it too. Like there's all these people that are gonna discover it, and they're gonna be like, okay, what is 21 Pilots? Like, this is kind of cool. But then we are gonna be the guys who are like, yeah, we followed those cryptic hints.
Oh my god,
like,
we're gonna
we saw
be like, hey, remember that time
away.
10 years ago, it was the summer, and we're trying to figure out all these clues together on like during finals, just going crazy on Twitter. Yeah, good times.
Oh, random thought. So a couple of people, like, I want to say like 2 or 3 months ago, we're talking about the possibility that they were just gonna like shadow drop the album without any like singles leading up to the fact. What do you think about that? Like, do you think they're gonna like release a few singles beforehand, or do you think it's just gonna be like full album right away?
I don't know. A part of me wants to say it's the full album right away. I don't know why. It's just a guess, but like they're having all these clues. I think it's gonna lead to a release date. If they dropped a single like randomly, like the hiatus would be over at that point, you know? So like maybe they would just drop the whole album at the same time. It's like, oh, hiatus over. That's what I'm thinking.
I would also agree with that. I really hope that they don't release any singles.
Yeah.
Because I feel like singles are a way to judge community interaction and how they like it. But I think there's a big enough fan base now where they have the ability to just like, especially with the story that they're establishing with like escaping Dima, and I just think it would be way more appropriate and like almost way more epic.
If, like, definitely would be.
Clancy escaped and then full album like in all of its glory.
Absolutely.
Oh man, I'm so ecstatic for like all the possibilities, and like it'd just be so cool. And then something I haven't yet covered on my channel is collaborations on the album. Do you think that's a possibility? I mean, obviously Jon Bellion and D-Math did like the whole Blackout thing that hyped up a lot of people. What do you think about that?
Well, Jon Bellion, didn't they open for them, the Emotional Growth show? Yeah. So like, there's a possibility. Like, they're probably pretty close. That would be cool if they had a collab, honestly. Like, I'm a big fan of Imagine Dragons as well. Like, I love when they like collab with people, you know. I think it would be cool to finally see one. Yeah. It definitely could be one of Jon Bellion. I like Jon Bellion too, so like I would like that. I'd be down for that.
No, I think about what that would look like with Jon Bellion and how his kind of feel can like also like integrate with 21 Pilots, and I don't even know, like the sky's the limit for that. And like there were even a couple interviews where he mentioned a possible collaboration, or no. He was asked about a possible collaboration.
There's rumors going around that you were spotted in the studio with Tyler and Josh working on something.
I can't say
panic in his eyes.
You can't say anything? I feel like if it was a no, you could say no.
I learned my lesson, man. I think it's safe to say that we would work on something. We both have major respect for each other in our crafts and what we do, so at some point, I'm sure something would happen.
And he said, like, straight up, like, I can't say anything. And that, like...
Oh, that's a red flag right there, then.
Right.
Like
yeah, and it's like, that is, like, a sure sign that he would have said no if it was a no. But, like, the fact that he said, I can't say anything...
It's like, low-key, like, what are you hitting at, John?
Right. I mean, that leads me to believe there's at least going to be a collaboration on, like, his album or, like, their album. Like, something's going on with Jon Bellion. He's being cryptic, too.
Imagine this. 21 Pilots has 21 collabs, all in the same song. 21 different people. We have like Brendan Urie. We have like, I don't know, like John Marriage. There are a bunch of random people. 21 of them.
And that's the whole album. It's just an album of collabs. That'd be, oh man. I feel like that's a cool idea, but like so many people will be upset. They're like, I just wanted Jon Bellion. I just wanted 21 Pilots, and I got all this. Yeah. Oh, that's super cool though. I just, again, the idea of collaborations, like I think that'd be
that would be dope.
I think 21 Pilots hasn't done that too much. The only instances I can think of are like Zach Joseph on Kitchen Sink.
Yep.
And I think
that's like pretty much it, isn't it?
That's it. Yeah,
like, literally.
So, but I'd be down to see like a feature in there every once in a while. Like, that'd be
definitely
cool. Those are all the topics that I had set aside. I don't know if you had any.
Oh, I have some
questions
miscellaneous
you ask,
topics.
or like,
I have some random stuff. They're all off topic.
Cool.
I'm gonna hit you some tangents.
Oh man, I'm ready.
All right, so obviously you like 21 Pilots, but for this week, what have you been listening to? Like non-stop, what have you been listening to?
I've actually been. I was actually gonna ask you the same question. I was like, what other music have you? Okay, yeah. So I have been listening to a band called The Main, and it's a band I hadn't heard of previously. Someone referred me to them because of their song. Because I heard their song called Unlost, and I was like, that sounds really cool. Like it's kind of upbeat, but it has like. It's just like an encouragement to all the people who are feeling like stuck in their life at the moment, and like that I really liked the lyrics of that song. So and the sound is really cool too. So what I do on Spotify is like whenever I start a new band, I like begin a playlist and then listen to all their bands all the albums chronologically from that band, and then just add songs that I really like from each album and make a best of playlist.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah, so that's what I've been doing for The Main, and I think they're pretty good. Like that one song is still my favorite by them, the Unlost song that is from their like second to most recent album. But it's cool to see like the evolution of their music as well. But besides that, in terms of like 21 Pilots music, so that's like not 21 Pilots. What I've been listening to for 21 Pilots recently is Holding On To You. Like that song.
Great song.
I just like
great song.
I could just play that song on repeat for like 3 hours, like driving around like in the car. Like every time like Entertain My Faith comes on and like the drums just get like slowly more and more like hype.
Yeah. The build
like
up.
My adrenaline like doubles in like frequency. Like it's insane. So that song's fun. I really like Forest recently too. That's a great one, a classic. So, but yeah, those are my, The Main and then like Holding On To You are like by far what I've been listening to the most this week. How about yourself? What are you listening to?
Oh, I gotta go for my Spotify. I really like the band Mr. Wives. Actually seeing them Thursday, so like 3 more days.
Nice.
Going to see them in Providence. Big fan of Cage the Elephant. There's this band Saint Motel. Amazing.
Oh, actually, I've heard of. I'm gonna pull them up because I've heard a lot about them recently, and I'm trying to figure out. You said Saint Motel?
Yeah.
I'm thinking of. Oh yeah. My Type, right? Yep. That's their song.
They have a
Perfect.
Bunch of bombs.
Yeah, that's how I know them. Cool.
Absolutely.
Yeah, they're really cool. I love them.
And then for 21 Pilots, car rides, I've been listening to Heavy Dirty Soul a lot. Because, like, all I've been doing lately is running, so I'm like, I need to get pumped up right now. So I just crank it, get my adrenaline going, makes for a good run.
The raps in that are like...
Still can't do it. Still can't do the beginning part.
The first time I heard the first rap section, I was like, is that even English? Like, what is he even saying?
Yeah,
I heard hip-hop, and that was it. And I was like, cool.
And my next question, if you're shooting your shot on Instagram to a girl, like, what do you say? What's your go-to line? Like,
oh man, so like sliding into the DMs.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay. Oh man, wow. I'd probably compliment either like smile or eyes because
classy
I feel like
classy.
That's the first thing that I notice when I see a girl, and like when I talk, like that's like I don't know, that's just like the first thing that stands out to me. So that's what I'd probably compliment, and then I know that like I would like to be given that compliment too. Well, yeah, that's everything I have today. So thank you so much for just sitting down and just talking about 21 Pilots. One of our biggest passions. I can't wait to hear about Dima and Clancy, and when we're going to hear back from that character next. But with that being said, until then, have a great rest of your night. Thank you so much. Do you have any closing words? Any signing off words?
Me and Jake are 21 pilots, and so are you guys.
Hey! Amen.